Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I can see your screen.
Okay. All right. Daniel, will you start recording this?
Yeah, I just started just a second ago.
Yeah, look at you. All right, ahead of the game. Let's see, some icebreaker questions.
Number one list. Oh,
Yeah. Let's see. What is a weird fact you know? What is a weird fact you know?
oh. If I had a subject, I would come up with a weird fact.
Well, I'll share one because I learned it today. You all know about the missing submarine, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys know what it's steered by?
A controller,
Yeah,
like a
like an
GameCube
X- like an X-
controller or
like a
something. Yeah.
GameCube or Xbox controller. Literally costs like what, $50?
They said it cost $20.
See, I, that's the weirdest thing I learned today, and I don't now it kind of makes sense why it failed. You're using a $20 item to steer your submarine. I don't
And
know.
you know what
That's
they're sending down to like go check out if it's just like stuck in the Titanic?
what.
Like a multi-million dollar robot, like that cost millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like straight up like 12 or 15 million dollar submarine robot.
My
I
gosh.
saw this video. It was some guy who was touring it, like a news clipping, like well before this accident. And he was saying like the submarine is like just made out of a bunch of like hodgepodge things.
Yeah.
And like it's like bolted from the outside. I guess it's supposed to float to the top, like it like lets out balloons in the case of an accident, so it floats up to the top. But then they can't unbolt it still, so like they're gonna die even if they're like floating on like the surface.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're supposed to die tomorrow. They're supposed to run out of
Yeah,
oxygen.
they went missing Sunday and had 4 days of air.
Yikes.
The
And you
controller would have been the first red flag.
Right? You just build this you're millionaires and you put this submarine together and you use a $20 controller.
well, you know who's all on board, right?
I don't. No.
And there's like a
There's some
billionaire from
conspiracies.
Saudi Arabia,
Oh,
straight up billionaire. The CEO of the company is on board. Um, so the guy that decided to put a controller in there. Um, and a couple other guys. But yeah, the billionaire and then like the guy that owns the company is like a mega millionaire. I'm like, oh, that seems sketchy. I'm still
Illuminati
trying to
got
think
him.
of a different fact.
that's crazy.
So I work for a produce warehouse,
Oh
and literally, like bananas, avocados, everything, we pump gases and stuff into it so it ripens quicker. But literally, it's just horrid because everything's just manipulated and just pumped full of crap. So, cheers.
that's so weird.
You do that like at your guys' facility?
But everyone does too, like grocery store warehouses and all
Oh
kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
that's just
Ethylene
common.
gases.
Like you put gases on top of it? Like you put it in like
Yeah,
a gas
so
chamber?
fruits and vegetables, mainly fruits, have gases that emit from them. It's a natural occurrence, but we pump it full of a similar artificial gas that helps it ripen quicker.
Really?
Mhm. So the whole produce industry is just completely fake.
Chemical.
That's
It's
interesting.
fake.
It's good to know.
But it's still healthier than what you get in a box.
It's true.
Oh, 100%. Because there's a lot more chemicals that go in that box than other things. So, oh man. But yeah, I thought that was a weird fact I learned today that I just could, golly.
Um, Daniel, do you have a weird fact that you might know?
I'm trying to think. Usually it comes up like in like the conversation.
Would it
Drawing
help
a
if we
blank.
picked a topic?
Yes.
Like,
Did we know sports?
I could do sports. Oh, I guess something that I learned today. Not the weirdest fact that I know, but a fact I know is that Messi, everybody's favorite soccer player, at least mine, is getting a $25 million social media deal with Saudi Arabia. So
Right.
all he has to do is visit Saudi Arabia once a year for 10 years. And every year they will give him $2 million to go there with up to 20 people, and they'll pay for everything. And he gets something like $2 million a year for posting one post about going to Saudi Arabia.
Yep. I did hear that.
So he's going to make like $25 million for essentially nothing.
Must be nice.
Right?
I got one weird fact that came to mind. This is like something I learned, and I always just think it's kind of funny. It was I was listening to like the church historian a couple years ago talk about Joseph Smith, and he was talking about like the dialect he would have like spoken with, and it would have been like a New England dialect, not like how we listened to in like the Restoration movie. So like instead of saying like the word church like we say it, he would have said like choich. Like he would have spoken like really funny, like
Oh,
just like really like stereotypical of like an 1800s like back east like pastor. It's kind of funny. Or New York, I don't know. Yeah, he would have spoken really funny.
Yeah, I didn't need to know that. Now that I'm gonna see him different.
You talk like a weirdo.
Oh, bro, you're talking like a weirdo, dude. I'm just glad your family's too poor to have slaves, because you totally would have had some. Yeah, I guess I'm more of a person that has weird facts based off the subject.
that's funny. Yeah. Anything else?
Are you gonna highlight number 34 and ask that one?
Oh, no. I don't even know why I did that one. No, I was actually gonna do 39. Which trap in Home Alone was the best?
Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Actually,
But
I'm gonna go off one or two. I think those are the classics. Anything past one or two is like whatever.
Yeah.
I always forget. I'm gonna have to look up a list of them real quick.
Good.
I like the staircase one. The cans
With a can,
swing
paint
down.
cans.
Another one, and then they got the big old pillar.
Yeah. They think they've outsmarted him, but he's like, nah, not this time. I still got you.
Go in my house.
Oh,
There's one where like this kid was like basically in real life, he would have like murdered these two men.
oh yeah.
Like
The
it's
way they
with the,
fall down.
exactly. This is the one. I think it's like the hardest fall is when uh I think his name's Harry. I don't remember his name. He touches like the hot doorknob outside, and then he slips down like the icy stairs and just like wrecks his like he like just hits it
Yep.
so hard.
Also, he totally burned them with the blowtorch.
Yeah, his head. And then had gasoline in the toilet.
Yeah.
How that doesn't burn him more than what happened, I don't know.
I just like where he shot them like directly in the face with the BB gun.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, this is family content.
Oh man. I man, those are just classics. But well, thank you all for sharing. Did I miss anything? No, I think that's it. Okay. So moving on to our discussion. So I didn't know how to answer the first one. Like, think of a time where you got involved in a group discussion. I just thought about it. I didn't write anything, so I didn't know if you wanted something written, but I just kind of went into the other questions. And so, first question is, which is usually easier, a group decision or a single person decision, and why? I said for me, I think it's easier just as my own decision, single person, because one, if I make that choice, that's my choice and no one else is affecting it. But also if I do that choice fails or whatever, then it's on me, not on a team effort type of thing. So make me accountable type of thing. I think group discussion is good, but I think it's just easier when it's a single person. Thoughts?
I
Comments?
agree. 100%. I put a similar thing. I think just the ease of just deciding something and just rolling with it, opposed to having to get everybody's input. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Agreed. Any other thoughts? Comments?
Just like think about like your marriage or whatever. It's like it's so much easier to choose what you personally want to eat for lunch. I don't know how women choose their own lunch, but
I
it's so
never
much
do. What are you
easier.
talking about?
I was gonna say they don't.
I don't know. Well, my wife hardly eats lunch. But it's like for me, I can just be like, okay, literally anything. And I'll drive down the street and I see a Del Taco. I'm like, that works.
Yep.
Perfectly fine by me. But if I
Mhm.
even like mention the word Del Taco, my wife is like, that's disgusting. I'm like, have you ever tried it? And she goes, no. So yeah, I think single
My
person
wife,
decisions are
well, my
great.
wife's the same way with Taco Bell.
My wife will eat
Mm,
Taco Bell, but not Del Taco.
Well,
I
I
had it come-
agree. I think Del Taco's gross.
Really, dude, I
way
hate
better.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's 10 times better than Del Taco.
I'll
I had a
take Del Taco
companion
any
that
day.
wanted to do comp study at Taco Bell every day, and we did. I gained so much weight in those two transfers.
Yeah,
You
but their
would-
breakfast is so good.
Oh, it
Breakfast
slaps.
is good. It slaps.
I ain't
Speaking of
gonna hate
which,
on any of
they're
them.
giving away a breakfast every Tuesday for this month. Taco Bell's giving away a free breakfast. I can't remember what it is, gordita or something like that. I don't remember. But every Tuesday, if you order it on the app, you get a free one. Just so
Oh,
you're
yeah.
aware.
I might just have to do that.
And I only learned about it today, and there's only one Tuesday left in this month, so I'm pretty pissed. So
Hey,
Yeah.
next week.
but yeah. All right. Moving on. Is it possible to convert a group decision to a single person decision? Making one person the decision maker can reduce indecision, but it can add risk to the outcome. What if one person makes a poor decision? How might you approach this if your professional group was deciding which project to work on next? I feel, at least in my job, there's always one decision maker. We may collaborate as a group and to offer suggestions, but there's like a VP of customer success I work in will make that final decision. Just how
Yeah.
business works.
I feel like a lot of things can like change into a single person decision, and a lot of the time it's not great. Like it's not a good thing that you're having that happen, unless it is kind of like in a workplace and somebody has to make the final decision. Final decisions I think are pretty good for like having one single person, but I think that like it probably needs to be thought of by a group beforehand. But if your wife, back to the wife thing, if your wife is like, I don't know, you choose, it's a trap. So
that the reason what you do is you ask her, guess what? I'm taking you to your favorite place. And then wherever she guessed that you go yes, and you just take her there.
oh, that
That
would
way-
not work with my wife.
Seriously?
She would see right through that.
Oh yeah. I bet.
Oh, 1,000%. As much as I want her to want that.
Oh man. Any other thoughts on the group decision or moving a group decision to a single person decision? Sweet. What's the difference between a majority vote decision and a consensus decision? Well, majority vote is when 51% of the group makes a decision. A consensus is you still want everyone on board type of thing. And so every time a proposal is submitted, you get everyone's vote. If it's not 100%, you go and rework that proposal or whatever until it's 100% and it fits everyone's needs, which can take forever. which we see that in government all the time.
Yup.
All right. Any other thoughts on that? I feel like that was pretty straightforward on that
It's
one.
kind of a weird question.
Yeah,
Couldn't have said it better.
perfect. All right. Someone once suggested that their team should disagree and commit. How can a professional team disagree on approach but still commit?
Do it every day.
Okay, Daniel, explain.
So back to the marriage thing.
I was hoping.
Shots
I was
fired,
hoping
shots
it was
fired.
going back.
I figured it was going there, but I didn't want to just assume that.
Nah, you do it all the time. You do it at church, you do it at home, school, work. You're just like, okay, like I don't really want to disagree, or like I disagree with you, but not enough. I don't care about it enough to really argue with you, so I'll back you.
That's why.
Like every time you raise your hand when someone gets a calling, pretty much. Not every time.
That's like a valid.
That's a
Why not?
valid. I've thought that too. Like when someone gets a calling, like, okay, I don't know if that's the best option, but it's not a terrible option. So
It's
we'll
an
leave it as
option.
is.
Sometimes I feel like
Rules.
callings are I think a lot of them are made by God and a lot of them are made to fill roles.
It's a lot of
So
callings.
they fill roles, I'm like, "Ugh," and when it's a God calling, I'm really like, oh crap, that has to be God because he would not. 'Cause nobody in their right mind would do that.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
a
yeah,
good one.
I do agree with Daniel because like I guess back to the wife analogy, it's like even if your wife is like, hey, what do you want to do today? And you just want to like go hiking or something, but she wants to go shopping, you can go shopping and have a good time. Like you can totally just like commit to it. Like just go have a good time and don't like be a turd. And
Yeah.
I think it's pretty simple to do that.
It's learning to pick your battles, and then that, like, for example, either my decision or my wife's decision, it's not worth that fight to do something. Might as well just be happy, go have a good time. You'll still make it a good time, whether it's whatever you're doing type of thing. So I agree with that. I personally do this all the time in work. My work's making some changes right now that I'm not like super happy about, but they also pay my paycheck, so I kind of just go with it. I've voiced my concerns, but it doesn't mean I won't make those changes.
Whatever they say, you're just gonna have to go with it. And
And if it's really, really bad, then I look for a new job. So
who knows? Maybe somebody will pay you a better paycheck.
exactly.
That's the hope, right?
Exactly. True. All right. In a group decision, sometimes a person might feel apathetic about the decision. What does apathetic mean? What could you, the meeting driver, do to help everyone engage and care? Well, I think they kind of answered it at the end. Apathetic means to, like, they don't care of whatever. They're like, whatever type of attitude. Whatever happens, I'll do type of thing. What do you guys think? How can you as a leader get people excited about something that they're not excited about?
I think just asking very, for lack of a better term, inspired questions and getting people involved. I found at my work, a lot of people are very comfortable with doing nothing and don't like change. I'm like, well, what do you think would be better about this? If you were the one doing it every day, what would you want to do? And then they actually get involved and want to share their thoughts. So
I was kind of thinking of like maybe an example where you might think that somebody's idea is dumb, like in a group setting. Like if you're in a huge meeting or whatever and somebody raises their hand and they say something kind of stupid, like a stupid idea, you kind of just like don't make them feel like it's a dumb suggestion. You just like try to integrate it in some kind of way or take their idea and kind of mix it around to suit what you're thinking.
just relay their message back to them, just completely different. Like, I agree with
Just
you.
completely different and correct this time. Yes.
That's a great idea. So you meant this, right?
So like the way you do that is by this, and this, and they're like thinking, no, this guy has no idea, but the whole group is like, yeah, this guy.
Yep. Yeah. I definitely agree with what you said, Jake. Just making it relatable to them. So what would you do in this situation to, like, if you're doing this job, what would you change? And that way you're not making all the changes just because that's what you think is right. You get them involved. So make it relatable to them. Any other thoughts? All right. Sometimes a team member might verbally attack someone or someone else. Sometimes a team member will feel attacked or bullied, maybe just a little bit. What can you, the meeting driver, do to prevent this from happening? What do you guys think?
I've never
Um,
really been. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Daniel.
All right. I've never like really been in a situation where like a fellow employee or like I've never been in like a group setting where like somebody like verbally attacked somebody else, thankfully. But I
True.
feel like if that were to occur and I was like the person like in charge or leading, I would like I think I'd point out directly like that's wrong. Like we value everyone's like opinions and then probably like ask them to like talk to each other afterwards. That's what I think that'd be the right thing to do. I don't know, I've never been in that situation.
One thing I like to do, I'm kind of in that management role and I work in a warehouse. So there's a lot of, I wouldn't say attacking, but finger pointing and
Bickering.
bickering. I like that, bickering. And I think something that's always worked well for me is like when someone does that, like, uh, Hunter, I can't believe you did it. You're an idiot, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, bro, just talk to Hunter, ask him if why he did that, try to get his understanding and actually communicate opposed to just attacking. And I mean, there's better ways to do that. And just communication, I think, is the problem solved there, or even taking a moment to vent and then communicate. But if you just tell them to walk away, you don't have anything solved from that. But
No, I totally agree with that. I said also just to prevent it, like just have clear expectations of what the goal is of the meeting. That way, hopefully you can prevent any negative feelings beforehand. But again, you never know what's going to happen.
I wrote similar to that actually. It was like just make sure the meeting is structured enough where like there shouldn't be really enough time to do that, but also like there's going to be a clear like like a clear understanding that these are just ideas and that
Yep.
nobody needs to get upset because of somebody else's idea.
Perfect. All right. Consider a scenario where someone in the group feels attacked. Think of a plausible story where this may happen. What would you say to help the group recover? What I like I said here, I said I would start by acknowledging the emotions and show empathy and understanding. I'd make the person that felt attacked feel important and valued to the team. Once I've done that, I would redirect the conversation away from that person that got hurt and focus on the project or goals that we were discussing. That's my thoughts on that.
So I work in construction, so a lot of construction crews act more like a sports team more than anything.
Okay.
So honestly, a way to motivate people on a construction site is honestly kind of yelling at them, but not really yelling at them, like mad yelling, but like kind of like getting loud and like, all right, let's go, like kind of pump up the
Hype
energy a
'em up.
little bit. And one time my boss was kind of doing that at my coworker, and my coworker never did sports, and he's just not that type of person. And so we asked him later, we're like, okay, so do you respond well to that? He goes, oh no, not at all. We're like, okay, sorry about that. Yikes. So we won't do that to you. And it was pretty much just like we just were like, sorry that we yelled at you a little bit. We just thought that we were motivating you and just kind of like talking to people and like apologies are great. Like I said some crazy things that people should not say to another person, but you know, an apology goes a long way. And just treating a person like, honestly, men is like apologizing to a man is like way easier than a woman. But for men, it's like, okay, well, I'm really sorry about that, man. And they're like, okay. And that's just how dudes work. But for women, you need a little bit better than that. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, just generally, like helping people to apologize to one another is like a great way to help people in the group not feel so attacked and kind of recover. Because if people can get past that, like whatever happened to them, then honestly, I've never really seen where it like continues to suck, you know, after an apology. That's my 2 thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I definitely agree. It's easier to apologize guy to guy than a guy to girl.
Yeah, a guy to guy is like, hey man, messed up, sorry. Oh yeah, we all
Yeah.
mess up. Women, it's like, yeah, I did this and I acknowledged that I shouldn't have said this, and you yada yada yada. You're like, holy crap.
You're not sincere enough, Ben. You're not sincere enough.
I
I'm not. I need time. I'm not ready to forgive you yet.
yeah, oh my
Give me space. Give me
I'm gonna
space.
oh okay. Oh my goodness. That one's so true. Because I'm really good at being like apologizing immediately, like instantly, because I had 2 older brothers and my sister kind of acts like a guy too. And both my mom and my sister like both forgive incredibly fast. So when I got married to a Utah girl, for some reason Utah women doesn't work, I guess. I was like trying to apologize to her, and she's like, I'm just still upset about it. I'm like, why?
Like
There's
it's
no
over and done
reason.
with.
There's no reason to be upset. What the heck? It doesn't make any sense to be upset. Like I just apologize. So just like we can just get over it.
And then
We
you see yourself like getting angry that like they're not. They're like they're like not upset anymore. And you're
yeah. Like they're still upset after an apology, and you're like, what the freak is going on?
And they'll hold it over your head for the rest of your life.
Women are interesting. You know, I don't it is June, so I understand that like we're celebrating guys loving guys, but it makes some sense when you think about it. It don't make sense, but it makes a
No.
little bit of sense.
Oh man. Too true. All right. Any other thoughts? No. Okay. Last one. Is it possible to achieve consensus? Wow, on a difficult decision, say a hiring decision? How would you approach getting 10 people to agree on a hiring decision? Well, I'll start because I actually just got added on and I've been doing interviews for a couple of our positions on my team. We're helping the team lead, and holy crap, it's a long process. And so like we interview the people, then we sit down and talk, me and him, and then we pass them along, and then we meet with the managers, and we all sit around and talk and talk and talk and talk, and then we go basically over this, find qualifications, skills, how they fit. We don't really use a structured I guess we do, because we grade them. Decision-making process, such as voting and ranking, we do use a ranking. And so based on that, whatever they fit, that's how we kind of decide who to move on to, like the director, to meet with them. But it takes a lot of effort and work to finally get a consensus. And like we've been interviewing for 4 weeks and we still haven't offered anyone. We need to fill 2 positions, and we're still like debating it every day for hours every day.
It's so freaking wild. At least you get paid to just sit there and talk. That's pretty fun.
It is true. I do get paid to sit there, but I honestly would rather do anything else than sit in that consensus meeting and go, well, why do we think we should hire this person? Well, we've already talked about that 2 days ago. Like, we've already numbered them. Like, why don't we just go from top to bottom, highest to lowest? But we got to make sure we're getting the right person. I'm like, oh my Lanta.
We're,
And
we're
that's when
not
I
getting
just-
the right person.
Pull the trigger.
Who
They're
the
going to
right
be on
person
90-day
is.
probation anyways.
It's
Maybe
true.
you should tell them that the right person doesn't work for the company and probably doesn't even want to work for the company. The person that you're looking for went to Harvard and is a multimillionaire right now. So
That's so true.
Yeah,
that's
the
what
right
you
person's
but
usually
any-
hired already.
Yeah,
that's what you want, and that's not what you're gonna get. So just find somebody that can grow into it and call it good.
exactly. Exactly. But alrighty. Anything else? Any other comments on making decisions?
Mm.
I think that's great.
Oh.
Great.
The business case thing was kind of stupid though.
Oh, was there a business case this week?
There was.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
not gonna lie. I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing anything for that. I'm just turning
Okay.
it.
So I can kind of go over it really quick if you guys want to hear me talk for like 2 minutes.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, what
So-
assignment is that?
So it was under the rest of the questions. Daniel, did you do it? Did you
Only
see it?
missed it.
No, I
Maybe
didn't
I'm,
know.
am I tripping?
I think
It's
you're
there. It's there, but it was something really lame.
It's about robots.
No, yeah, I copied and pasted the questions in my Word document and I didn't go back.
Okay. So the first one is like pretend you're a robot prototype company, and like the first question is come up with 10 different ideas.
Oh, I didn't see this.
So I came up with 10 ideas, and then the next one is randomly assign the following prices to the projects of how much it would cost to create this. So you just toss a bunch of random numbers into this random website that spits out the numbers in a different order. And then you have to randomly assign different numbers to see how much revenue these ideas would come up with. So I did that. And then you have to decide which one of those, like based off of those two numbers, should you go with?
Well, the one that makes the most revenue.
Obviously. So that's what I did. And then the next question is your boss is afraid of any robot that has a face. Black out or disqualify any or two projects from your list that have faces.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh man.
And then the next one is a very strong engineer just resigned. Randomly disqualify another project. And so you're pretty much just like trying to go through your list and you disqualify a lot and then you choose a few or choose a robot. It was pretty stupid. If the teacher is watching this, it was great. It wasn't stupid.
Best case study ever.
Yes.
I totally didn't even see that. That's
And then
funny.
at the very bottom, it just asks about the logical fallacies of businesses, or the business case.
Oh, one that I can think of is sunk cost fallacy right off the top. Like I've already put say $6 million into this project. How can I not continue type of thing?
You're like, take the face off. We're using it.
I would just tell the boss to suck it. Like we're doing this.
We're too deep, bro. We're too deep.
We've already put 6 million in,
robot.
and if it goes well, we're gonna make 10 million. You know, type of things. We're gonna have 4 million in revenue. So, like, we're doing this. You can put a blindfold on and close your eyes, whatever. But these robots are gonna have faces.
Amen.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's
But
an interesting business case. I don't necessarily see like the use of it, the importance of this robot thing.
I mean, yeah, I think it's
There's
just to
something to
kind of
learn
help
from everything.
you understand how the prior towards like revenue as a leader, I guess, because that's my thought is.
Yeah, should you prioritize something over one other thing? Stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah. I am getting kind of tired of logical fallacies.
Same.
I don't think I've talked, in let's see, this is class is the decision making. Didn't realize fallacies would be the number one thing talked about every week.
I probably would have studied them a little harder. You know, not that I didn't study them.
Well, I studied them. I mean, I did pretty good on the midterm because the midterm was all fallacies.
I can't believe we're still on them, bro.
But yeah, I thought, midterm we'd be done. Nah, just going.
So
What?
should we get to the self-assessment for this
Oh
week?
yeah, self-assessment. Let me go back. Do we
I
need that
felt great.
listed? How do you feel? I feel
felt-
bad because I did miss the case study, but besides that, I felt like I did a pretty good job in understanding everything.
It's okay. Repentance is a real thing.
Sure is.
I've kind of had to do some repentance in I guess in our business 340 class. Because if I looked at it and I was like, this is a stupid assignment, I haven't done it. So I just pulled my grade up from like a 72 to like a 80 in the
Nice.
past couple weeks. I've
Oh,
had
wait,
to,
you can submit late work in that class?
no, I've just like had to actually do every single piece of homework.
Oh,
So I
gotcha.
quit. Yeah, because you know those annotated bibliographies?
Yeah. Yeah, those
I
are a
didn't
lot
do
of
a
work.
single one. I did not.
Oh no.
I didn't do a single one. And then
Bibliographies. I don't remember those.
I did do the white paper draft, both of them. So that was good for me. But yeah, there was like 5 or 6, probably 7 or 8 assignments I just looked at and I was like, that's stupid.
Jeez.
Not in this class. I have a good grade.
Yeah, this class I'm doing pretty good.
There's a very normal amount of homework in this class.
Yeah, not overwhelming whatsoever. Enough to keep me occupied, but not overwhelming.
Enough to learn about logical fallacies.
It's a sunk cost.
That's some cost.
Oh man. All right. Well, any other thoughts, comments?
10 out of 10.
Pertaining to the group discussion, no.
Yes. Okay.
Pertaining to the amount of Star Wars I watched in the last week, maybe. Oh, I'll leave that to the end.
Oh man. Have you guys done your personal project portfolio?
What?
What is that?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
It's this one. So create your own personal project portfolio for the next 2 years. Do this in a Word document span. The project should be your choice, but you must have at least 8. Example projects include graduate from enzyme or business management program, get a job offer, qualify for such and such job, help my kids to get at least 3.75, stop praising my spouse, learn the Python program language, come up with 3 constraints. They must be based on reality. Explain example constraints could include seed money for an investment, your physical strength limitations, or inability to buy, sell stock in such a way that it makes you a billionaire within 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
Become a billionaire in 3 years.
Crypto. Invest more Doge.
Crypto's trash, man.
Oh yeah, I know.
Crypto is
Believe me, I
trash.
know.
You lose a lot of
Bitcoin.
money.
Just do
Our do-
Bitcoin.
Our
Dogcoin.
dollar is kind
Is
of
it
failing at
Dogcoin?
the moment.
Dogecoin.
It's all about
I,
the news.
Guys, I made $500 on Dogecoin, so
Dogecoin.
Really?
yeah. Well, I made $300 on Dogecoin, and then I spun like 100 of that 300, and I made another $300 on Ethereum.
Wow.
Yeah, all within like
Hopefully you sold it.
It's like I've never tried investing after that, but I made $500, so I win. I'm out.
Dude, Bitcoin is like, I think it's like 24 grand right now. And
Oh,
like a year and a half ago, it was like 64 grand.
So you need to hop on the train.
so you buy it
No.
now.
Hop
I,
back
it's
on,
gonna.
boys.
I think it's gonna
It's
keep
over.
going down.
Oh yeah, it's
You don't
gone.
think
It's
the
gonna
US
drop.
dollar is gonna switch to be cryptic
Well,
of some sort?
the federal government, I heard they're already talking about producing their own cryptocurrency. So like it'll like
gosh.
they'll destroy the Bitcoin.
Or it won't.
It
Maybe,
crypto
yeah.
is a threat because they have a hard time tracking it,
Yep.
which means they're not getting tax revenue off of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it's gonna get shut down. It's gonna get shut down quick. Like quick enough that you're gonna, if you have money in it, you're gonna open it up one day and it's just gonna be gone.
Well, they said that the government is trying to produce essentially a program where everything is through crypto of some sort, but every transaction goes almost through the government. So it's tracked. So say you're buying it from I don't know, McDonald's or whatever, using crypto. Essentially, your money would go from you to the government to McDonald's.
So they can tax you correctly.
So they can perfectly, yeah, like see how much money you have.
That is way too much government.
And then they're
control
never going to tell you how much tax you owe them.
until
they do
tax
you.
season.
I'm like, okay, I understand why you're doing this because it's billions of dollars of revenue for a lot of accountants. However, a ton of European countries just tell them how much they owe at the end of the year, and then they pay that, and then that's it.
Well, the US dollar might sink pretty within like the next decade or two, possibly. Because I think
Thanks,
like
BRICS.
Russia, China, Brazil, Pakistan, like it's like BRICS, yeah. They're like instead of like because all like international trades are you have to trade to the dollar and then from the dollar to whatever you're doing. And then they're saying like that's bull crap, which it kind of is, but it might wreck the dollar.
That's what I mean. I feel like something's going to happen in our lifetime where it wouldn't surprise me if the US dollar's gone, crypto's gone. They just go to some other kind of crypto like currency and it's just flat worldwide.
Yeah, I would
We'd
guess
have to
within
we'd
our
have to
lifetime.
work on negotiations because we can't have good old Vlad or balloons over there threatening us. But
Yeah, I would guess that all money at one point in our lifetime is all going to be the exact same, whether you're in America or Thailand or
Well, because isn't that the idea of crypto? Like you were supposed to
decentralized.
yeah.
One world order.
oh, that's scary. Don't do that. We're not talking about Star Wars yet.
Was that a Star Wars reference?
No,
Kind of.
but in Star Wars, essentially there's a dictatorship, and that's like the main foe throughout the entire thing.
That's what the empire is. It's
You
an
just
emperor
explained the
running
whole
world.
movie. I don't need to watch it anymore.
Oh
That's
no.
basically what they
Oh,
do
no.
for like
Oh, no.
9 movies is they fight the empire.
So I looked it up.
Daniel. You're
I
hurting my
looked up
feelings.
how long it would take to watch 100% of all the Star Wars content. And it is so long. If you watch it 24/7, you'll be done in 7.5 days.
7.5 days to watch everything. Is that including shows?
All of it. It's so all the movies are only like 27 hours. And then the rest of it is just straight TV shows. And the Clone Wars it's not the Clone Wars, is it?
Or Rebels?
Rebels is like 25 hours itself, so it's longer than all of the movies combined.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Clone Wars are more than
Pretty
the
sure
movies.
Clone Wars is straight up like 50 something hours. So,
Are you gonna play the games too?
oh, you got to.
Yeah, I really want to get into those. What are they called? It's like a
Battlefront?
series. No, not Battlefront. It's the one with like it's like that redhead
Cal,
Cal. Yeah.
Kestis,
What is that series called?
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Those look super fun.
First one was fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say I did buy the Battlefront game, and I don't think I've ever opened it. I think it's brand new.
Wait, which Battlefront?
The second one or
The
the first
first
one?
one.
Oh, you
Wait,
still have a
but
console
there's-
for that?
Wait,
Uh,
there's three now. So there's
is
the
there
first
three?
one,
Maybe
or four. There's
it's
four
for
because they did one in.
PS4. Yeah, I have the PS4 one.
You're probably
Okay.
the original, and Battlefront 2 on the old consoles were the best.
Battlefront 2 on like PlayStation 2 was
Yes.
like
Did the OG on the OG Xbox?
Ew, Xbox.
Hey, my Xbox sitting right here.
All about the PlayStation, man.
PlayStation.
Nah, man.
PlayStation's got Spider-Man though, so I don't know.
Okay.
PlayStation has the best single player games by far. 100%.
PlayStation.
You know what's sad is I
has
made it such a priority to buy a PS5 right when it first came out, but I think I've only played it like a solid month after I bought it. Literally just collecting dust. I still
They're
have time.
finally in the stores now, like consistently. I see them like every
Yeah.
time. They're like $540.
Did
Yep.
you guys see that they're gonna make a new Star Wars game that isn't Battlefront and it's
Outlands?
open world?
Outlaws?
It's like open world, so you could just
I'm
like
so
fly
stoked.
around the galaxy for like 40 hours if you want.
That'd be cool.
I'm so excited. I will buy that game.
Oh, 1,000%. Even if it's $100, I don't even care. It better not be. I bet it's like 70, but
I bet they'll have the 70 because they're all now $70. So it's $69.99, and then they have the $79.99 bundle, and then they just have like the 109. So
You
it's like
gotta
110.
wait to buy new games for a couple months. That way, if it's
Uh-huh.
a total bust, you get it for cheap.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
you
if it
could
holds
do
its
that.
price, you know it's a pretty good game.
It's true.
GTA, for instance, usually all its price.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait till they come out with a new GTA.
Same.
The issue with GTA
I would
is
make
it's
time
never
for
gonna be the
that.
same.
I just
It's
bought
never
Farming
the same.
Simulator.
Farming Simulator? What the
Yeah.
heck?
You guys ever play Goat Simulator?
Oh
No,
gosh.
I saw it.
No.
You just walk around as a goat. You hit things and jump on things. It's so freaking funny. Oh my gosh. But okay, back on the Star Wars. I watched all of the story of Boba Fett, which you're supposed to watch in between the second and third season of Mandalorian. I didn't know that, but that's cool. And then I started
First and second season, right? Mandalorian only has 2 seasons, right?
no, they're on the third. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Are we not?
I don't remember. I've
Has
seen
it
them
come
all.
back
So
for a third season?
I'm looking at Disney Plus at the moment.
I
One
am
second.
too.
I still have to watch all those. I don't really know.
There is
Book of Boba Fett was kind of boring for me.
3 seasons.
Oh,
Oh, I have watched all of them.
So the Boba Fett I thought was interesting as soon as the
Mandalorian showed up.
Mandalorian pull up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started watching Andor, which is literally it's so confusing because you gotta like know where to place it within Star Wars.
Mhm.
So I was literally looking up the entire story or timeline of Star Wars, which
Yeah.
way too much to sit there and read
Andor is just before
before the revolution, like the
Rogue One?
yeah, Rogue One. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rogue One
because
was
the
just
main guy
second wave of
in
revolution.
Rogue One is the main guy in Andor,
Yeah.
The main guy in Rogue, the dude, the pilot.
the pilot. Yeah,
Yes.
the
pilot.
spy.
Yeah, he was a good actor in that one.
Yeah, he's the main guy in Andor. It's about his life and how he becomes a spy.
Okay.
It's really good.
He's really good. So I just watched the first half of that. I'm still working through that. I had already seen Obi-Wan last week, which was insane.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And then after that, I think I'm gonna go into their cartoons and everything because I've never seen any of them. Never
me
seen
either.
Clone Wars. But the Clone Wars is 54 hours, so it's like
It's a long time.
technically it's most of Star Wars canon right there.
Yep.
Which is
That's
terrible. to think
between-
about.
Is that between, or that covers
That's between 2 and
episodes
3.
2 and 3, right?
I
In
think
between.
so.
So 2 ends. 2 ends with Attack of the Clones,
Yeah.
and then all that happens, and then 3 that it ends with that, and then episode 3 starts.
It doesn't
Did you-
overlap with
Yes,
3?
we're talking about Star Wars, babe. Leave me alone. My wife's sitting here making fun of us.
Wait, so then in the Clone Wars, Anakin never turns to the dark side in that series?
He trains Ahsoka in that one.
Yeah. So he trains Ahsoka, which they're getting an
Which
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka season's coming.
It's coming.
Booyah.
But I'm more excited for the Acolyte. Have you heard of that?
The new movies.
So it's another show, the Acolyte,
Mm-mm.
and it is before everything.
Like the old order?
Oh yeah, it's the first Jedi.
Yeah, so it's before the Phantom Menace. It's before everything else.
Yeah, it's like before Yoda's time.
Yeah.
You know
So
who that is.
the Acolyte is happening.
Like this is
And
when, like the Force is born then?
do what?
Something like
Like,
that,
the
yeah.
Force is born?
So the Force is also kind of weird because there's like 3 celestial beings in the Force. So I'm pretty sure it kind of goes over those a little bit because it's briefly mentioned in the Clone Wars. So that's how you would know that that's a thing. But I'm kind of excited. It's pretty nerdy thing to be excited about. But
I think there's
Well-
also a bunch of books that you can read too.
yeah.
Like manga or something.
Let's see, what was I'm wondering how like far back they're gonna talk about with the Acolyte because Yoda was born in like 900 years before pretty much everything happened.
Yep.
So are they gonna go before that? Because we know that Yoda's not the first.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I know they're making 3 new movies too.
That could be a travesty. Who knows?
One of them's
gonna let-
after everything. So Daisy Ridley's coming back. Supposedly she's going to be training the new Jedi.
Jesus, stop.
I'm gonna let you guys nerd out while I.
I'm gonna get
Sorry, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, you're
You're
good,
good.
Jake.
All right, peace out, guys.
All right,
How you
see ya.
doing?
head out too. I'm gonna make you the host so you can talk about it.
So what are the other 2?
I don't know. I thought the Acolyte was one of them, and they're making
Oh.
that into a movie. I'm
Are
the
you
host.
serious?
I just made you the host right now.
So
Yeah.
if I end it, do I get the recording?
No, I think I get it. It's been recording my computer.
Okay. Why don't
Pretty
you just
sure.
end the recording now? Just
Yeah.
end